Hello everyone, welcome back to Nimsite. Today, as part of the Australia series, I'm going to talk about visa rejections and some of the reasons that it could be happening. Now, this was suggested by one of my listeners and I thought this could be a helpful video for a whole lot of people who are planning to come to Australia, especially on student and tourist visas. Now there are official resources that are given by the Australian government itself, where they state all the eligibility criteria, all the resources, etc. It is always good to check these resources because Australian visa process can be a complex one, and the rules also, they keep changing almost every year. So it's good to keep a tab on what new things are introduced, what all things should be attached as part of your application from these official resources. And in case you think there is a complication with your process, or the process is not very clear to you, it is always good to get in touch with an immigration agent. So let's move on to the video today, and I'll cover some of the reasons why your visa could be rejected. So the number one reason that your visa could be rejected is lack of evidence stating your intention to go back. Now this could apply for both student as well as tourist visas. Now when you're doing a student visa, there is a document called Genuine Temporary Entrant, GTE statement, where you mention your educational qualification, your goals, your career goals, like why are you coming to Australia for studies. Now in this statement, it is very important to also mention and emphasize that you have an intention of going back, and using this degree, you will utilize this degree to achieve so and so in your home country. So that paragraph needs to be clearly there in your GTE statement. Now this will make it clear to the department that you have an intention of going back. Now similarly for tourist visa, now I have heard that there are a lot of tourist visas that are being rejected, especially for people who are not married, like single applicants. So that could be because department feels that you could overstay, or you will not comply to the conditions and you would not go back to your home country after your visa period is over. So how you can overcome this, or how you can avoid this situation, is by presenting proper evidence that you will go back. Like if you're working, you need to have a document from your employer stating that you will join back on so and so date, and you are here just to meet your family, or just for tourism purposes. Now if you have family here in Australia, and if you're like siblings to them and you want to come here on a tourist visa, it is advisable to apply under family sponsored category as well, to ensure that your visa is not rejected. So this is one thing that you need to make clear in your visa application to avoid chances of rejection. The next reason that your visas could be rejected is lack of sufficient financial evidence. So this could be one of the reasons that can cause visa rejection, as the department feels that you won't be able to support your stay in Australia. So if you're on a student visa, you know that you need to show expenses related to your tuition fees, your living expenses. All together there is an amount. So make sure you've got your bank statements, your loan statements, and every other document that would make your case stronger attached with your application. Similarly, this applies to tourist visa as well. So if you are filing tourist visa for yourself, or if you're filing for your family members or for your siblings, make sure you've got tax related documents, bank account statements. You can show any FD or any other investments to make your case stronger, and so that the department also knows that you've got sufficient funds to support their stay in Australia. Next reason why your visas could be rejected is if you have insufficient or incomplete forms or application. So it is very important to read the instructions very carefully, double check your application before doing the final payment. And if you're doing the process on your own, like I mentioned before also, keep a tab on the official website of the Department of Home Affairs in Australia to check what are the guidelines of various documents, what are the requirements, eligibility, etc., so that you don't make a mistake or you don't end up getting rejected. And if you're doing via an agent also, I would still suggest that keep a tab on all the requirements or all the checklists and double check everything, because you don't want your agent also messing things up. So this is one thing to keep in mind. Next reason that your visa could be rejected is if you have no insurance and if your visa wants you to have proper insurance. Now, for example, student visa, it actually requires you to take an insurance which till the duration of the stay. So make sure you've done all the health examinations, you have done all the insurance and everything that is required. For tourist visa also, it is always good to have medical insurance taken for that brief period. Let me know if you want to know more about insurance with respect to student and tourist visa in the comments below. Final reason why your visas could be rejected is if you're being dishonest about your previous records. For example, if you faced a visa rejection in the past, it is important to be honest that you faced a visa rejection in the past. You can mention, what was some of the reasons that you think you faced that and what are some of the learnings, like what you learned from that, and you have actually rectified that as part of this new application. So if you be honest, there is a high probability that your visas would be accepted this time and you won't face any rejections. So this is one thing to keep in mind when you're filing for a visa. So I hope all these points were helpful. If there are any other points or if there are any other experiences that anybody faced with respect to your visa, you can put it down in the comments so that it could be helpful for others. And if there are any other topics related to Australia that you are interested in, please mention that also in the comments. I hope the videos so far have been helpful to people out there who are interested in Australia. Thank you so much for letting me know your feedback also. Thank you for watching this video. Content shared in this video is based on personal experience and research. If you enjoyed the video, like, share and subscribe. Keep watching, keep listening and continue learning.